السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله إن الحمد لله
نحمده ونستعينه ونستهديه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا صلى الله عليه وسلم عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما عباد الله فإن أحسن الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار اللهم أجرنا من النار وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل ونسألك الجنة الفردوس الأعلى يا الله يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام وما قرب إليها من قول أو عمل رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وبعد. After praising Allah, the only one deserved to be praised, worshipped and thanked again, we thank Allah for allowing us, the blessing us to reach this lovely day of Friday, being one of our three Eid we have after Eid al-Adha and Eid al-Fitr. It's from the blessing of Allah we have to thank Him and keep on knocking into His mercy, begging Him into His name, Al-Afu. The name with which when Allah forgives, He doesn't leave a trace of that sin, telling Him, Ya Afu, La tu'adhibna wa la tuhlikna bima fa'ala sufaha'u min. We beg you, of the one who forgives any single sin, without leaving a trace of that sin. Do not punish us, neither destroy us due to those who wrong themselves among us. Alhamdulillah, Allah has blessed us again to be in our lovely holidays with our beloved amana that Allah has bestowed upon us. Bearing in mind, you as a parent, either you like it or not, anta mas'ulu inda Allah. You will be questioned about the trust that Allah has bestowed upon your shoulder in the sight of Allah. It's not that questioning, it's not only towards the parents, even yourself, my beloved child. You will be questioned about Allah, the trust that Allah has bestowed upon you through your lovely parents. And in the 21st century, and especially in our era of advanced technology and science, parents, we find ourselves in plenty of deadly actions and deadly mistakes that we do on a daily basis, forgetting that we have a manna. These children, it's an amana of Allah upon our shoulders, and either we like it or not, we'll have to respond to Allah on the day of judgment. As the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu whom Allah has said, وَمَا يَنْطِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ, never, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam has never spoken, has never did, has never approved of, has never disproved of anything from his own authority. In huwa illa wahyu yuha. Any single thing he said, he did, he approved of, and he disapproved of, it was the revelation from Allah through the archangel Gabriel. Beloved Prophet Muhammad, did he say, كُلُّكُمْ رَاعٍ وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Any single one of you, the shepherd, you are responsible upon that blessing that Allah has bestowed upon your shoulders. And either you like it or not, everything remaining equals, وَكُلُّكُمْ مَسْئُولٌ عَنْ رَعِيَّتِهِ. Any single one of you will be questioned about that responsibility, that trust that Allah has bestowed upon your shoulders. One of the deadly mistakes, one of the crucial deadly mistakes, even one of the dangerous way that you and I as a parent we don't we forgot, we neglect, and we are very heedless of insinuating and emphasizing upon the value and the benefit of knowledge in our children's mind, in our children's lives. And of course we know the value of our beloved granddad Adam alayhi salam. It wasn't because he was the last to be created by Allah. And as Allah said, He created him with his own hands. No, the value of Adam wasn't there. His value was from ilm. When Allah told the angel, all of us we know Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 30, وَإِذْ قَالَ رَبُّكَ لِلْمَلَائِكَةِ إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً. And the angel was surprised. From their own experience, they told Allah, قَالُوا أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا مَنْ يُفْسِدُ فِيهَا وَيَسْفِكُ الدِّمَاءَ وَنَحْنُ نُسَبِّحُ بِحَمْدِكَ وَنُقَدِّسُ لَكَ. Allah started this ayah with Raw Tadhkirah. Ya Muhammad, remind them, give them the glad tidings, Muhammad, at the same time you're warning them. When Allah spoke to his angels and were telling them, إِنِّي جَاعِلٌ فِي الْأَرْضِ خَلِيفَةً, I will be sending to the dunya my vicegerent, my ambassador, my representative. And what the angel said, أَتَجْعَلُ فِيهَا, you want to say it again? The guy on this dunya who will be shedding blood and doing corruption? But Allah told them, إِنِّي أَعْلَمُ مَا لَا تَعْلَمُونَ, I know what you don't know. And now the value and the dignity and the honor of our granddad Adam came there. Allah asked the angel, can you please tell me the names of all these creatures of mine? And what the angel said, لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا. We have knowledge unless what Allah you taught us. And Allah turns to Adam, وعلم آدم الأسماء كلها ثم عرضهم على الملائكة فقال أنبئوني بأسماء هؤلاء إن كنتم صادقين قالوا سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Allah taught our granddad Adam the knowledge of all creatures that Allah has created. And he turns to the angel telling them, now can you tell me the names of these creatures? They said, Subhanak, you are free from any imperfection, Allah. La ilma lana, we have no knowledge, illa ma alamtana, unless of what you have taught us. And Allah turns to our granddad Adam, وَقُلْنَا يَا Adam, and then Allah tells him, Nabi Adam alayhi salam, to say, mention and the names of all creatures. Allah raised him in rank in that level. To the extent that our beloved Prophet Muhammad, what did he say? Man salaka tariqan yaltamisu bihi ilman sahala Allahu lahu bihi tariqan ila al-jannah. Any single one who will follow a path seeking knowledge, of course what will happen with that knowledge? Allah will ease out his way to Jannah. Knowledge means going to Jannah. And by the time we have to talk about knowledge now, you as a parent, look at yourself, how far has you encouraged your child to have that knowledge? And alhamdulillah, we are not on holiday. Now, have you been going into that math your child has been learning? And not only that, he's been to madrasa. Have you been going through Al-Quran, the hadith of Prophet Muhammad has been learning? Even the ad'iyah that he has been learning. Now we are on holiday, you think on holiday now we have to shut down any door of knowledge. Instead, for other parents who acknowledge themselves as a parent, what do? During holiday, this is the greatest time of them to learn more than even during the school term. Why? Because by the time you send your children to schools, you have to know that by the time they come back, even on a daily basis, you have to polish their brain, you have to polish their mind. They've been there with Mr. John, Mrs. Janet. What happened with them? They are being taught things, even that interaction they had with the other children, it's a distraction from Al-Quran and the Sunnah. Now, it's your duty as a parent. You can't keep your child indoors, not sending him to school. But by the time he comes back, it's your duty as a parent to make sure that you flourish, you polish any single thing that goes against Al-Quran and the Sunnah of beloved Prophet Muhammad. To the extent that the value of knowledge, this being one of the crucial, the deadly mistake, the deadly way that you and I as a parent we do during this 21st century. What do we tell our children? If you want to go to school, just go, and if you don't want, you let. Yeah, you see myself, I've never been there, but Alhamdulillah raised you. Now it's really up to you. We think our era is the same era like theirs. It's completely different. And then we should know that, as it has been said and explained, the 4 types of people, as long as knowledge is concerned. Now you have to check and then look at yourself as a dad, as a mom. Look at yourself as an auntie and uncle. Look at yourself as a nephew and a niece. Now, who or which one are you? المرء الذي يدري ويدري أنه يدري والمرء الذي لا يدري ولا يدري أنه لا يدري والمرء الذي يدري ولا يدري أنه يدري والمرء الذي لا يدري ويدري أنه لا يدري. Which one are you? The first one is the one whom Allah has bestowed knowledge upon him, and Alhamdulillah, he acknowledges that he has that knowledge. Are you one of them? Are you the one? And if yes, what do you do to interact with those who aren't like you? Because being that way is the blessing from Allah. And acknowledging again is the greatest blessing from Allah. Because you may be there, and the second one, Yadri wa la yadri annahu yadri. He knows, unfortunately, he doesn't know that he knows. Which one are you? Which one is your child? Which one is your beloved daughter and beloved son? Which one is your beloved nephew and beloved niece? Now the question is there, the answer is yours. أقول ما تسمعون أستغفر الله لي ولكم سائر المسلمين من كل ذنب فاستغفروه إنه غفور رحيم والبر الكريم. الحمد لله وحده والصلاة والسلام على من نبي بعد مصطفى محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم وبعد. We carry on our journey as we started. The 4 deadly mistakes or the 4 poisonous ways parents kill their children during the 21st century. As we said, the first value that human being has been given in the sight of Allah, in the sight of the angel, in the sight of all kinds of creatures that were there, it was knowledge. And in the same way Allah started this dunya with knowledge, He ends this dunya with knowledge again. When our beloved Prophet Muhammad in Ghar al-Hira, when Jibril came to him, what did he tell him? The only thing Jibril emphasized to him is the Iqra ya Muhammad. And the Prophet saying, Ma nabi qari. Read Muhammad, convey Muhammad, give the glad tidings to the world Muhammad. And this is the way the Qara. Iqra is not only reading. It means by the time you read, you just informing your own soul, your own mind, your own heart, your own limbs, any limbs of yours to move to the next level, to the upper level. Muhammad read. Muhammad convey the message of Allah. Muhammad give the glad tidings to people, and at the same time warning him. And he said, I'm no reader. I've never been to school. And then look how Allah has read knowledge. Allah knew the 21st century until the end of this dunya, there will be the advancement of science and technology. And Allah brought a prophet, even by the time, even today, if the Prophet Muhammad was to be raised up again, to come back to life, he will never know. As he has never known how to write his name, neither to read his name. Not only his name, even the name of his dad. But you and I, Allah has blessed us to know how to, not only to read our own names, the names of our beloved dad. The name even of the so-called Mr. Hitler and Mr. Netanyahu. The names of anyone, of anything, you may write it down and you may read it. Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu, despite being the most beloved creature to Allah, Allah has never given the opportunity to go in front of a teacher and learn. But again, Allah told him, in a spiritual way, and in a physical way, in a social way, in emotional way, with Allamahu Shadidul Quwa, the most strength, the most stronger. Who was he? Jibril alayhi salam. Now you and I as a parent remember the four types of people as long as knowledge is concerned. Which one are you? Which your child is? Al-mar'u alladhi yadri wa yadri annahu yadri. The one whom Allah has bestowed knowledge upon him, and alhamdulillah he knows that he knows. وَالْمَرْءُ الَّذِي لَا يَدْرِي وَلَا يَدْرِي أَنَّهُ لَا يَدْرِي. And the second one is the one who doesn't know, and unfortunately he doesn't even want to know that he doesn't know. How are you going to live with him? Is it your child? Is your wife? Is your beloved husband? Is your uncle? Is your baba? Is your mama? Now the answer is yours. And now the third one, وَالْمَرْءُ الَّذِي لَا يَدْرِي وَيَدْرِي أَنَّهُ لَا يَدْرِي. This is the guy. He may be your son. He may be mine. He may be your daughter. He may be mine. He may be your nephew. He may be mine, your nephew or niece. La yadri. He doesn't know. She doesn't know. And alhamdulillah, she acknowledges, he acknowledges that he doesn't know. Now, is your son? Your son? Are you among them? Are you the one? The answer again is yours. And then now the last one. Al-mar'u alladhi yadri wa la yadri annahu yadri. And then now, it may be you, it may be myself, it may be your wife, it may be mine, it may be your uncle, it may be your aunties, it may be your daughter or my son or any one of them. Yadri wa la yadri annahu yadri. He knows. She knows. Unfortunately, she doesn't know that she knows. He doesn't know that he knows. Which one are you? Which one is your daughter? Remember again, this is the dangerous ways parents are killing their own children in the 21st century. Forgetting, ignoring, and being heedless that Rabbi Adam alayhi salam, or granddad Adam, the way he was raised in rank and dignified by Allah, it was through knowledge. Our beloved Prophet when Jibril came to him, the first thing that Jibril commanded him, it was reading. Iqra. Bismi rabbika alladhi khalaq. And then Muhammad, you have to read. Muhammad, you have to announce, proclaim this message, Muhammad. Give the glad tidings to people, Muhammad, and at the same time you're warning them. In the name of your Lord who created. By the time you send your child to school, even yourself, you're learning about something, make sure that that knowledge you're learning, how are you going to complement that knowledge with what Allah wants, with what Prophet Muhammad came with? It means you're doing your math, that's fine. Make sure your math is more beneficial to your deen, your dunya, your qabr, and your akhirah. And that is why our beloved Prophet Muhammad, among plenty of ad'iyah, especially the adhkar al-sabah, which dua he used to read among them, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an wa rizqan tayyiban wa amalan mutakabbalan. And you, as the one who works, either being a teacher, either being an engineer, any type of job that you may be doing, even your child, by the time you send him to school or send her to school, make sure that in a single morning you read this dua. What's the benefit of this dua? By the time you're telling Allah, Allahumma, oh Allah, I'm calling you Bismika al-Azim al-A'zam, in your greatest name ever, Allah. As'aluka ilman nafi'an. I beg you, Allah, to grant me the beneficial knowledge. What does it mean? It means, Allah, I want every day of mine, I want to be the best version of myself more than yesterday. It means by the time you beg Allah that dua in the morning, and then you leave your home, or you send your child, or you take your child to school, what are you telling Allah? Allah yesterday, even though he learned math, but the science that we'll be learning today, let it be more beneficial for him than what he learned yesterday. It means any single day you try to be the best version of yours. Even by the time you go to, even though it's still the same routine, what you're doing at your work. But by the time you read this dua, you will find that Allah will increase your knowledge to the extent that in a few months, in a few years, you may find yourself being promoted even to manager. Why? You keep on telling Allah, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an. Allah, you are the one who provided this job to me, Allah. And I beg you, Allah, to make this job beneficial for my deen, for my dunya, for my qabr, and for my akhirah. What will happen by the time you read this dua? Allahumma, oh Allah, inni truly I, indeed I, without any shadow of doubt, Allah, as'aluka ilman nafi'an. I beg you to grant me the beneficial knowledge. Even though you may be a Uber driver or car driver, by the time you drive, it means even yourself, you want the income you had yesterday to be completely different from today. Now what happened? By the time you make this dua, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an. Allah, I came back home safe and sound yesterday. And even today, I want to come back again safe and sound without any accident. What will happen? Allah will make you the best driver ever. How many drivers have we seen, the Uber drivers, who've been given the trophy? From nowhere. But by the time you make this dua, this is between you and Allah. Remind your child when you take him to school. Well, Baba, Mama, can we please read this dua? Let's beg Allah. Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an wa rizqan tayyiban wa amalan mutaqabbalan. And then now you go to the next level. Not only begging Allah to grant you the beneficial knowledge, it means the one you were yesterday, you want your today, you as today, to be the best version, the most best version, more than yesterday. And then now you're telling him, what is tayyiban? And the best provision, Allah. The halal you gave me yesterday, maybe there was some kind of mix up with some haram. Allah beg you now to make it a pure halal. What will happen? If you had some haram yesterday, Allah will make it today purely halal. And then you remember again to beg Allah to forgive you. If you go back again, there's 3 istighfar that we do on a daily basis. On a daily basis, 15 times a day. 3 times after Fajr, 3 times after Dhuhr, 3 times after Asr, after Maghrib, after Isha. Even those who devote themselves, loving Allah, with the blessing of Allah, and with the pure intention and the clear mind, Allah will bless them to go even further, more than the 3 istighfar that we used to do on a daily basis. Our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallam, the one who has been forgiven his past sins, the future sins, he used to do istighfar more than 70 times per day, and sometimes 100. And Allah told him, لِيَغْفِرَ لَكَ اللَّهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِنْ ذَنْبِكَ وَمَا تَأَخَّرَ يَا مُحَمَّدٍ. Allah has forgiven your past sins and the future sins. He used to beg, to do istighfar, to beg Allah forgiveness 70 times, more than 70 times per day, even sometimes 100. But you and I, we only rely on the 3 istighfar after our beloved Imam Muhammad, saying Salamu Alaikum, Salamu Alaikum. Then now we jump, Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah, Astaghfirullah. And we think we're done. Again, as a parent, we have to bear in mind these deadly, crucial mistakes that we're doing in killing our children in this 24th and 21st century. This is the era of the advanced science and technology. And then now the AI is there, ChatGPT is there. You're talking to that machine, you think you're talking to a human being. By the time you don't even finish your idea, it gives you the answer from the question that you're answering. This is the era that we're in. And if we forgot again, Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'an, I beg you, Allah, to grant me the knowledge that's beneficial for my deen, for my dunya, for my qabr, and for my akhirah. All these are stages of our life that we're in. Here now, we have our deen and our dunya, as long as we're still underground. By the time we're still overground, alhamdulillah, by the time we'll go underground in the qabr now, we need again the blessing of Allah there. And by the time we'll be resurrected on the day of judgment, we need again the blessing of Allah. Now you as a parent, which one are you? Are you the one who knows and you know that you know? Teach us how we have to interact with you. Are you the one who knows and you don't know that you know? Teach us how we have to interact with you. Are you the one who doesn't know and acknowledge that you don't know? Teach us again how we have to interact with you. Are you the one who doesn't know and you don't want to know that you don't know? Again, teach us how we have to interact with you. The 4 deadly among many mistakes, poisonous and dangerous ways the parents kill their own children. And the killing children means you're killing Islam. It means you're killing that Quran that your child has been learning. It means you're killing Prophet Muhammad Sallam again. But by the time you revive any single thing you do, go back to Allah in the Quran. This is how we will value this knowledge, and we will find ourselves loving knowledge. And Allah, bearing in mind one of His name and the attribute, Al-Alim, we keep up telling Him, Ya Rabbana, zidna ilman, warzuqna fahman, wa atina al-hikmata allati man utiyaha, faqad utiya khayran kathira. عدد خلقك ورضا نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك. ربنا تقبل منا انك انت السميع العليم وتب علينا مولانا انك انت التواب الرحيم. عدد خلقك ورضا نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك. يا مثبت القلوب ثبت قلوبنا على دينك، ويا مصرف القلوب صرف قلوبنا على طاعتك. عدد خلقك ورضا نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك. اللهم اعنا على ذكرك وشكرك وحسن عبادتك. اللهم انا نسالك علما نافعا ورزقا طيبا وعملا متقبلا. يا عليم زدنا علما زدنا علما زدنا علما ارزقنا فهما وآتنا الحكمة التي من أوتيها فقد أوتي خيرا كثيرا. عدد خلقك ورضا نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك. اللهم اغفر لنا وارحمنا وعافنا واعف عنا واهدنا وسددنا وارزقنا رزاق رزقا حلالا طيبا مباركا فيه، ملء السماوات وملء الأرض وملء ما بين ما شئت من شيء بعد، من حيث نحتسبون من حيث لا نحتسبون. عدد خلقك ورضا نفسك وزنة عرشك ومداد كلماتك. اللهم انصر اخواننا المستضعفين في كل مكان، وخاصة اخواننا في غزة واخواننا في السودان. اللهم ثبتهم على دينك وطاعتك، واجعلهم من الذين يقاتلون في سبيلك بأموالهم وأنفسهم سرا وعلانية بكرة وأصيلة ولا يخافون لومة لائم، واجعلنا منهم يا حي يا قيوم يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. قوموا إلى صلاتكم يا رب الله.